It says, okay, I don't think this has been asked. Out of all of the major sports titles, 2K, Madden, the show, FIFA, WWE 2K, which do you think does the best job of player ratings to make characters move and perform like their real life counterparts, right? So this is a very interesting question to come out because it is Madden ratings week and that sort of thing. And we'll be seeing NBA 2K ratings shortly. But to me, it's not close. MLB The Show has the most realistic ratings, period. Just period. And don't get, I'm not talking about Diamond Dynasty ratings, so to speak, because there is still a realism aspect of Diamond Dynasty. But there are some themed cars that are basically a moment in time. Like this guy had a great game, so he's got this card for this game. Like, so that's cool, and that's necessary for that kind of a mode. But we're talking about what you would talk about is the live series of the game, and the consistency of the ratings as well as the overall scope. So they'll tell you this is a microcosm of who this player is or has been over this amount of time period in their careers. Okay. And because we're not just going to take this week or this past month or the past 2 months, because people get hot, guys get hot and they start doing this, whatever. When you consider that, when you consider the amount of like how they influence with inside edge and how that, you know, tells you whether or not somebody has a favorable matchup for the day and that, like all of that different stuff that they incorporate in the ratings, that is just no other sports video game comes that hard with it. Now, Madden is possibly moving into something like that with their next gen stats. But to me, they're not even scratching the surface of what they could do with that. I mean, man, in Madden, you got statistics out here that can tell you how fast a guy was running on a touchdown. You know, how quickly a guy gets around the edge. Like, there's so many different. So to me, there's almost no reason not to have accurate speed ratings for people. There are metrics and there are advanced statistics that could easily be turned into player ratings for most of the attribute categories in Madden. And that's not being done yet. I will give them a little bit of a break. They're just going into their second year using next gen stats. But by next year, if next gen stats aren't influencing player ratings or completely delivering player ratings, then I'm gonna think that they're just not using it, just not using it at all. As far as 2K, Mike Stauffer is a friend of mine. I love that guy. And I don't think ratings are entirely on him. So I'll say that the ratings in 2K, I think, might be the least accurate according to players. I don't know. Madden's pretty close. But the thing about 2K is, in my opinion, and same as with Madden, there is no reason with the amount of advanced statistics, and this is even more so in 2K situation than in Madden. There's no reason to have inaccurate ratings, especially for current players. Now, some of the legends I can kind of see because you don't have as many metrics for legends. Like, how do you give Pistol Pete a 3-point rating when he never played with a 3-point line? I don't think he played. I think his career was over before 79-80. 79-80 is the first year with the 3-point shot, and I believe it's 79-80. And Pete Maravich's career ended actually in 79-80. Yeah, 79-80, and he shot just a random statistics. Pete Maravich, man, this just lets you know what Pete Maravich might have done if he had played with the 3-point shot. Last year in his career, 79-80, first year with the 3, he made 10 out of 15 threes. Mercy. Think about that. He only shot 15 threes. He played 43 games, shot 15 threes because it was still relatively like a trick shot at the time. Like, not a lot of teams, like you might see a team take 3 of them per game as a team. But my man made 66% of his threes the first year that they were available to shoot. So just think about if he had played his whole career with that, have mercy. So for him, maybe, yeah, you can somewhat justify giving him a high mark in that area. But it's tough to rate legends, period, right? But it's even tougher to rate legends in basketball and football, in my opinion. Really tough in football because everybody's too small. From, you know, you go 20 years ago, the guys are smaller than they are now. You go 30 years ago, they're even smaller. And then further you go back, the smaller they are. Like, you got guys playing the defensive line in the 50s who, you know, would be undersized linebackers today, you know, and stuff like that. So it's definitely hard to do that. But there's so many advanced statistics out there for basketball for current players. Like, you can pull up a guy's shot chart and his make-miss percentage in several different situations, off the dribble, catch and shoot, with a defender within 2 feet, with wide open, the defender not within 5 feet. All of this different kind of stuff you can pull up. So for me, I think the data is there for you to have accurate 2K ratings. I just don't know if 2K is using it in that way. At least doesn't look like they are. So yeah, that's my take on that. I feel like the show has the more accurate ratings, and I don't really think it's close.